Caymanas, welcome to race day preview. It's a 9 race program. Please note the time, it's 12 p.m. It's a restricted allowance, 4 years and up. You have a field of 10. I'm gonna go with 3 of them. 3, another mission. 7, a breath of fresh air. 10, tornado steel. Another mission. Slow into stride and last. Ended up third by 3 lengths when beaten by Playfair and a breath of fresh air. On that day, the Caymanas rode another mission. Now conditioned by Oral Hayden. Dane Dawkins picks up the ride. Another mission. Void of early speed, but will be closing. Should be close enough to the pace. And I expect another mission. Once break with this field, will be right there in the final shake-up. 7, a breath of fresh air. Now, this horse has been running some very good races of late. I think if this horse is held up for a late run, I think a breath of fresh air will win this race. Tends to be on the headline. I think if the jockey rode a different race this time around, a breath of fresh air will beat these. Was caught at last by Playfair. So breath of fresh air returns. So Demar Williams picks up the ride for the 3rd consecutive occasion. Look for a good run from this horse, and it's good enough to win this race. 10, Tornado Steel has been very consistent at this level. Last time out, 4th by 4 length, beaten by Playfair, breath of fresh air, and another mission. Tyrese Anderson now calls on, replaces Aaron Chatry, who rode this horse for the last 3 times. This horse is the handicap horse in this race. And if you look at that race, won by Goodbye Firefly on 14th of September, Tornado Steel carries 52.5 kilo. So this horse is handicapped to win this race. I'm going to take horse number 3, another mission with Dane Dawkins, to get the better of horse number 7, a breath of fresh air. For 3rd, horse number 10, Tornado Steel. Look for a good run from horse number 1, Bushfire, will be on that lead. Also, horse number 5, Indestructible, who I think should run a much improved race now that they are called for the champion. They could never leave Sneaky Fox out of anything. But my firm choice is horse number 3, another mission. Moving on, race 2. It's a 3 years and up. Optional claiming 350 down to 250. We have a field of 7. I'm going to go with only 3 of them. And that is 1, God of Love. 3, Muso. 4, John P. 1, God of Love. 1 and last, beating Kataba and Great Trick. That was 500,000. Down a bit now to 350. This is a much easier assignment for God of Love. Has a lot of back class. I think this is a horse they would all have to beat. Richie Shakes picks up the ride once again. This horse should go to that lead and should hold it all the way to the line. 3, Muzo. I gave this horse a look in. The fact that Shane is very persistent with this horse. This horse turns up when you least expect this horse. I don't know. There's something about this Muzo and Shane Ellis. And as such, I'm giving this one an outside chance. 4, John P. This horse is very speedy. 1 Sound, I think will give God of Love the most to do. Philip Parchment now calls up to do duties. But my firm choice is horse number 1, God of Love, to get the better of horse number 3, Muzo. For 3rd, horse number 4, John P. Look for a good run from buzzer salt, and a fit looking number 7 traditional boy. Race 3, so restricted allowance. Restricted allowance, 4 years and up. A field of 8. They're going 7.5 furlong. Very competitive race. I'm going to go with 5 of them. 3, Have a Joy. 4, Bubbling Brown Sugar. 6, Noble Sovereign. 7, Chesney. And on the outside, horse number 8, Racola. Have a Joy. Foot by 7.5 on last and beaten by Gilroy and Share the Joy. On that day, this horse likes to run from in front, but there was a lot of speed, and Have a Joy didn't get a chance to relax on the lead. This is a much easier assignment for Have a Joy. There is not much speed here, with the exception of Racola. Have a Joy will be in front, and there's a possibility that Have a Joy could hold off all challenges. And of such, I am willing to give Have a Joy another shot of winning this race. 4, Bubbling Brown Sugar. This horse has been improving. Fourth by 4.25 length on last and beaten by Icarus Slim and Noble Sovereign. Was seen making mild progress on that day. He's now back. Jaheim Anderson maintains the ride. Once this horse continues to improve, look for a good run from Bubbling Brown Sugar. 6, Noble Sovereign, very consistent horse. Since coming to this level, no worse than 3rd. Last time out, after starting to stride, this horse finished 2nd by a length and a half behind Icarus Slim. Clive Lynch now replaces Richie Shakes. Picks up some weight though, up to 55 kilo. But this Noble Sovereign is so fit and will be right there. The final shake-up. 7, Chesney. Somewhat of a disappointment, but continues to get fitter and fitter with each run. Visor is now off, tongue tie off also, so they have taken off everything off Chesney, which is interesting. Let's see what Chesney will do. Maybe that's what Chesney needed. Dane Dawkins maintains the ride for the 5th consecutive occasion. As I said, this horse is getting fitter and fitter. He's due for a win now. Look for Chesney to be right there in the final shake-up. 8, Racola, 1 and last, 1 by 6 length. Didn't beat much though, but this horse has a lot of ability, has some pace, has speed, will be in front, could slip off, so I'm willing to give Racola an outside chance of winning this race. I'm going to take horse number 7, Chesney. I think it's sure right now. Horse number 7 to get the better of the long-time leader. Horse number 3, Have a Joy. For 3rd, horse number 6, Noble Sovereign. 4th, horse number 4, Bubbling Brown Sugar. Rounding off. 5th, horse number 8, Racola. This race could go either way, but I'm going to stick with fit-looking Chesney. Moving on to race 4. So restricted allowance. Non-winners of 3. Maidens, 8 declared. 6 furlong. I'm going to go with 4 of them. 2, I Am Outstanding. 4, T-Swizzle. 5, Legal Fight. 7, Hazelnut. I Am Outstanding. Very fit right now. 2nd and last, beaten by Prince Roy. This horse has a lot of pace. This is a much easier assignment for I Am Outstanding. Dane Dawkins replaces Radish Roman. Look for this I Am Outstanding to be right there. Should be fighting all the way to the end. 4, T-Sizzle. Now this horse was scratched last time out. Before that, 2nd by 2.25 length when beaten by Don Quasi. T-Swizzle, I think, probably would prefer 5 round. However, Shane is no cars on, so this horse will be in front. I expect a good run from T-Swizzle, and that is good enough to unsaddles in the winner's enclosure. 5, Legal Fight. Now this horse on last, 6 by 3 lengths, beaten by Brompton Boy and Bubbling Warrior. That was a very fast run race. I think Legal Fight was begging for a little distance of ground. So stretches out now to 6 furlong, 51.5 kilo Richie Shakes. Got a weight relief there. Last couple of times this horse carries 54 kilos, 57 kilo, 53 kilos. So down to 51.5, stretches to 6 furlong now. Will be closing. This horse could spoil the party. 7 is not. 4th by 5 1/4 and last, and beaten by Sashan. It's getting fitter and fitter with each and every run. British Roman now calls up to do duties. Note, visor is now on. Watch out, Hazelnut. Not doing bad at exercise. It's cherry ripe now. Has some back class, has ability. Should be right there with the champion on board. I'm going to take horse number 2. I'm outstanding to get the better of horse number 7, Hazelnut. Then for 3rd, horse number 4, T-Swizzle. For 4th, horse number 5, Legal Fight, will be flying home in deep stretch. Moving on, race 5. It's a restricted stakes, imported 3 years and up. 8 declared, going 5 furlong straight. Gonna boil this race down to 4 horse. 3, Miss Moneypenny. 4, Unruly Mo. 5, Rico. 7, Perfect Affair. Miss Moneypenny, 1 and last, beating the likes of Lockdown and Mighty Gully. It's getting fitter and fitter with each run. Loves the straight. I think Miss Moneypenny is back with Dane Dawkins. Has a nice chance of winning this race once again. Don't underestimate Miss Moneypenny. 4, Unruly Mo. This horse at the top of this scale though, 57 kilo. However, the last time out, this horse finished 2nd by 2.5 when beaten by another one. Took a little break. Now returning, working pretty decent. On the 27th of the 9th, 3 furlong 36-1. And on the 4th of the 10th, 4 by 59-4. Once Unruly Mo report fit, sound, this horse is the horse they will all have to beat. 5, Rico. Highly thought of. Last time out, this horse won by 2 lengths, beating Rico, and that was on 8th of March 2025. He's now back with Demar Williams. Not doing bad at exercise. 4 and 48. And on the 4th of the 10th, 5 in a minute. Alongside Is That a Fact? Rico has a lot of class, has ability. Should put up a good fight once again. 7, Perfect Affair. 1 on September 7, beating the likes of Bubbling Warrior and All Together. However, step up in class, didn't do badly. 3rd by 11 length alongside H2 and Rocket Fire Seb. This horse seems to enjoy going over the straight. May not have the class of the others, but with Radish Roman on board, you never know. Do not underestimate this. Perfect Affair coming from post position 7 will be flying home and is good enough to catch the leaders if they don't put their best foot forward. I'm going to take horse number 4, Unruly Mo, to get the better of horse number 5, Rico. Then for 3rd, horse number 3, Miss Moneypenny. For 4th, horse number 7, Perfect Affair, who will be flying home in deep stretch. Moving on, race 6. It's a restricted allowance, 5 years and up. 11 declared, This race, sorry, very competitive. Toots might seems to be a standout horse, but based on my estimation and my analysis, I think the race is far much more competitive than what it looks on paper. And as such, I'm going to close my pick six with 7 of them. We can look for a banker somewhere. I think God of Love seems to be a banker. So closing out your pick six, it's mandatory they go very deep in this 6 race. I'm going to take 3, Jack Daniel, 4, Okoye Warrior, 5, Password, 6, Workout Cruise, 9, Toots, 10, Blinking Light, 11, Grey Commander. Jack Daniel, 4th by 9.5 and last, and beat by Princess Ifya. Lamar Williams rode Jack Daniel on that day, right? The showman replaces Lamar Williams. Jack Daniel is a kind of horse that likes to have a strong pace if he can't lead. So going 4 furlong straight, will be closing up. Fit enough, can catch front runners. Sneaky facts on board once again. Never underestimate the champion jockey when he's in a race. 4, Okoye Warrior. This horse is coming off a little layoff. Last time out, this horse finished 8 by 19 length behind Ridgeline and Jack Daniel. You can throw that race through the window. This horse has the distinction of finishing 47.2 for 4 furlong. Now these horses can run as fast as 47.2 for 4 furlong. And as such, you have to give this number 4 horse a chance of winning this race, although might need a run. Ricardo Carr is called up to do duties. He's not doing badly at exercise on the 1st of the 10th, 4 and 49, flat by 103. So once this Okoye Warrior turns up fit, has a fighting chance of winning this race. 5, Password on back class. Could say this horse would blow this field away. However, not doing badly off late though. 5th by 14 length and last, and beat by Captain Phillips going 7 furlong. He's back over the straight. This horse will love going 4 furlong. Has to give Password a chance of winning this race. 6, Workout Cruise, another horse that is very fit. 3rd by 8 1/4 on last, and beat by Princess Ifya and Toots. Will probably need another furlong or so, but this horse is so fit right now. You can't leave Workout Cruise out of your bet. 9, Toots, very fit right now. Dane Dawkins is on some live rides. 2nd by 8 length and last after slowing to stride when beaten by Princess Ifya. Once Toots break with this field, should have a fighting chance of winning this race. Toots also loves going over the straight course. 10, Blinking Light. Now, very interesting horse here. This horse was campaigning at the non-3 levels alongside horses like Lady Abimala, She's a Mirage, and Natural Dancer. Step up, finish lame. This horse dropped down to 500,000. Didn't do much there. Back up to non-3, prominent for the first 2, behind the likes of Best Daughter-in-Law and Bella Bella. Back up to non-reserve 3 again, faded 10 by 16 length behind Kismet. Then the trainer dropped this one down to 350, and this horse was exposed 5th by 4.5 behind Phonometer, Big Guy in the Sky, and Small Boss. The trainer back again, put this one in non-3. Tyrese Anderson calls up Blinking Light. Is a very dangerous horse going 4 furlong. This is the horse I think could be the outsider of the party. 11, Grey Commander, ran a pretty decent race on last. Chase for the first 3 furlong behind Princess Ifya. There is no Princess Ifya here. The trip now has reduced from 5.5 to 4 furlong. Grey Commander will be in front. Drawn post position 11. I think this is the one they will all have to catch. I'm going to take horse number 11, Great Commander, to get the better of horse number 10, Blinking Light. Then for third, horse number 5, Password. For fourth, 9, Toots. Rounded off, horse number 3, Jack Daniel. 4, Koye Warrior. 6, Workout Cruise. Very competitive, can go either way, but I'm going to take the outside horse, Grey Commander. Race 7, it's an open allowance, 3 years and up. A field of 7, 6 furlong. I'm going to go with 3 of them. 1, Unspun. 4, Money Market. 7, Fearless Force. Unspun. 1 and last, beaten Interesting Times Ahead and Provident. On that day, Unspun was the lone speed. This time around, we'll have a lot of speed ahead, so Unspun, I think, will have to come from off the pace. It's good enough, has a lot of class, and should probably get up in time to catch front runners. 4, Money Market. This horse ran a good race and last, second by 2 1/4 when beaten by Ride All Day. There is no Ride All Day here. Dane Dawkins picks up the ride once again. Money Market is very fit, has a lot of pace, have speed, will sit just off the pace behind the likes of California Crown and Mamma Mia. Those horses are very speedy. I think Money Market will get first run. Dane Dawkins again. Watch out, this Money Market is very dangerous and should give Unspun the most to do. 7, Fearless Force is a horse that, void of early speed, will be closing up. Radish Roman picks up the ride. Last time out, 7 by 10 length behind Legacy Isles. Before that, 3rd by 7 length behind Ride All Day and Money Market. And that was 5.5 furlong. Got an extra half a furlong, so watch out for Fearless Force to be closing in deep stretch. I'm going to take horse number 4, Money Market, to get the better of horse number 1, Unspun. Then for third, horse number 7, Fearless Force. Moving on, race 8, it's a maiden condition race. We have a field of 11, 7 furlong. I'm going to boil this race down to 4 of them. That is 3, Papi Uso. 4, Good Conscience. 7, Laurie. 10, Rush of Class. Papi Uso. 5th by 13 length and last, behind Ease Sensational, Good Conscience, and Slam Sharp. But before that, Papi Uso ran a very good race behind Don Quasi. So I was very disappointed to see Papi Uso ran so poorly the last time out. Joy Ains picks up the ride once again. I think Baba Nunes is trying to give this jockey a winning ride. So something must have gone wrong with Papi Uso. Whatever it is, I think the trainer will straighten that out. And I expect Papi Uso to run a much improved race this time around. 4, Good Conscience, all the rage and last, beaten by Ease Sensational, trying to steal home. Now back again with Richard Henry. This Good Conscience is the horse to beat. Very dangerous horse here. 7, Laurie. 5th by 6.5 and last, and beaten by She's My Dream and Newspaper of Record. Before that, 4th by 8.5, beaten by Candy Girl. Now, Laurie is working pretty decent, and when you see the jockey like Dick Cardenas decide to ride a horse in this type of race, you know he's coming for a winning run. And as such, I have to give Laurie an outside shot. 10, Rush of Class, lame and last prior to race time. Was working pretty decent, beaten by Platinum Princess. Before that, led for 3, Wheaton, beaten by Proudest Vision. Although hike in the scale, 57 kilo, rush of class has a lot of ability. Blinkers is now on. Lay 6 for the second time, and as you know, lay 6 will improve a horse ability by 20%. Not doing badly at exercise, 29 to 9, 336. So that argues well for this type of field. Once rush of class stays 7 furlong, will be in front, will give good conscience the most to do. Also, modern monarch has a little looking, has been improving with each and every run. So you could give this horse a looking also, although hike in the scale. I'm going to take horse number 4, good conscience, to get the better of horse number 10, rush of class. Then for third, horse number 7, Lorry. For fourth, Papi Uso. Look for good run from horse number 11, Modern Monarch, and also number 1, Newspaper of Record, Ryan Lewis. Riding in this type of race, you have to give this jockey a chance of possible outsiders. Ninth and final, it's 3 years and up, claiming 1.5 down to 1.2. We have a field of 11, 6.5 furlong. I'm going to go with 5 of them. 1, the 8 cornerstone. 4, Kem. 5, Rani Bangala. 6, Sonity and Chippy. 10, Money Monster. 8 cornerstone. This horse is down in class, has a lot of ability. Not doing badly, though. Got a class relief, you could say. So I expect the 8 cornerstone. Although carrying 57 kilo. Not doing badly. 5/5 of the 10, 5.5 in 108 by 102. Visor now on. Look for the 8 cornerstone to run a much improved race, and that is good enough to win this race. 4, Kem. This horse won on the 5th of July, beating the 8 cornerstone and Perfect Brew. Step up in class, ended up 9th by 25 length. Is now back down as speed, as pace. Will be on that lead. If allowed to get an uncontested lead, Kem could slip away from these. The only other horse here I see is Natural Dancer to worry Kem on the headline. So look out for Kem. This one could slip off and go all the way. 5, Rani Bangala is getting fitter and fitter with each run. Second by 3.5 and last, and beat my press conference. Before that, second by 4.25 when beat by Sensational Move. Radish Roman again calls up Sneaky Fox, very dangerous rider. Look for Rani Bangala. He's due for a good run now. Due for a winning run. Don't leave Rani Bangala. 6, Sonity and Chippy. Second by 4 length and last when beat by ability, out of class ability, after slowing to stride. This horse will enjoy this type of company. Has won at this level, at least on 2 occasions already. So Sonity and Chippy will enjoy this 6.5. On the 3rd of the 10th, 7 furlong 133, 3, Gavin Harris maintains the ride for the 3rd consecutive occasion, 50.5 kilo. This horse is handicapped to win this race. Watch out for Sonity and Chippy. And on the outside, horse number 10, Money Monster, has a lot of back class, although not showing much of late, but we know what Money Monster can do. Richard Henry is called up to ride this one, 48.5 kilo. This is a horse that is another handicap horse in this race. 6 by 6 length and last, and beat my Perfect Brew and Linguist. Much better horses than these. Watch out for Money Monster. It's coming to run and has the ability to upset this race. I'm going to take horse number 6, Sonity and Chippy, to get the better of horse number 1, the 8 cornerstone. And for third, horse number 10, Money Monster. For fourth, long-time leader, Kem. Fifth, Rani Bangala could be the spoiler in the party. Look for a good run from horse number 3, Natural Dancer. That's it for me, racing fans. Continue to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Best of luck. See you at the races.